Welcome to the series, Journey to the Land of Israel. Get ready to discover how the geographic, historic, and biblical accounts of Israel are actually all inner processes taking place inside of us.
The entire planet Earth and its part, called Israel, are affected by 5 major forces, which are called Sephirot. Sephirot is a word that derives from the word sapir, which in Hebrew means shining. That is because there is a tremendous concentration of forces here, and each piece of land can be completely different from the neighboring one. The Kabbalistic texts, written hundreds and even thousands of years ago, describe the forces acting on it.
That was the first episode in the series. Then, 4,000 years ago, Abraham and his disciples wanted to come specifically to the land of Israel. Why? Let's find out in episode 2.
The king of Babylon, Nimrod, ordered Abraham's father, Terach, to silence his son. But Abraham continued, so Nimrod jailed him. But this only strengthened Abraham. Nimrod tried to execute him, but he survived. He wandered the land, teaching people the truth. Thousands of followers gathered around him. They didn't attain or comprehend anything yet, but they felt that he was speaking the truth.
Thanks to Abraham, for the first time, a nation arose not based on biological connections, but on an idea. The idea that there is a single force that guides the universe. This nation went through many states on its way to realizing that ideal, one being Sodom, which we'll explore in episode 3.
You know, there used to be a city right in this place, filled with happy people, blooming gardens. There were music in the air, fresh water. People used to gather their crops several times a year. People had a good life in Sodom. What was wrong with its law? What's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. Everyone who is seen giving bread to a beggar is put to death. Poor person, let him stay poor. A beggar, a person dying, it was their problem. They couldn't cope with life. It was a city steeped in sin and corruption. The Creator decided to destroy it.
After Sodom's destruction, the nation was enslaved, and this is not just history. We are still slaves to that ruling power. Episode 4 covers the people of Israel's escape from slavery to freedom.
The Egyptians pursued them and overtook them encamped at the sea. Pharaoh pursues us and comes closer and closer to getting us. In front of us is the raging sea, and behind us is Pharaoh. There is nowhere to run. We have to make a decision to surrender to our ego or drown in the sea.
The Exodus from Egypt describes the exit from the ego's enslavement. But is this really freedom? In episode 5, the crossing of the Red Sea, we will discover what that process means inside of us.
And there he is. A new man is born in me. And he's led to the most important decision of his life. To be made 49 days later at the foot of Mount Sinai. We're standing at the foot of the mountain, not merely a collection of rocks, but a mountain, Har, from Hebrew, Hirhurim, doubts, whether or not we'll be able to rise above this mount of hate between us.
Indeed, at the foot of Mount Sinai, the people of Israel became a nation, receiving the Torah from the Hebrew word for instruction. They received the instruction manual for life. Coming up in episode 6, we will visit the spiritual capital of the world, Jerusalem.
One day, I discovered a new name for Jerusalem: a complete city. It is when, with all the diversity in beliefs, views, and characters, we rise above all the differences and cover everything with love. If that condition is not kept, if we don't make efforts to get along, then but everything is also expressed externally.
I remember that day, February 25th, 1996.
In Jerusalem, on Egged Bus 18, a suicide bomber detonated a powerful explosive device within the bus.
I stood there, shocked. It was terrible. From that time on, something's changed inside me. And I want a miracle to happen, so that one day we will wake up from this dream and feel like citizens of the real, higher Jerusalem.
We just saw how the true foundation of Jerusalem is the nation's unity. In episode 7, we will see how only this unity will lead to victory.
The Greeks arrived in Modi'in and demanded that Matityahu the priest will make a sacrifice to the Greek gods. No, Matityahu replied, we will not deviate from our faith, neither to the right nor to the left. But then a Hellenized Jew gets up from the crowd and wants to do it anyway. As he's about to offer the sacrifice, Matityahu stabs him with his sword and also kills the Greek officer. The real war was between the Jews themselves. The Jewish spirit of unity was gone.
The people of Israel fell from their spiritual unity into exile. But a very special book survived that process. A book that connects people to their deepest and highest spiritual roots. We will open that book, the Zohar, in episode 8.
How good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. Indeed, at first they all felt like brothers. These are the friends as they sit together and are not separated from each other. And all of a sudden, at first they look like people at war, wishing to kill each other. One minute they were brothers who loved and understood each other, and then suddenly they hated each other so much that they became ready to burn each other to the ground. How could that be?
The authors of the Book of Zohar rose above their hatred, revealing the force of love. The Book of Zohar was written from that high degree. In episode 9, we witnessed the establishment of the State of Israel, which was founded in order to realize those lofty ideals that the Book of Zohar describes. There was hope for such a great society. But what happened? Decades of war and conflicts. The State of Israel has a strong army. It's highly developed, scientifically, economically. The whole world speaks about its inventiveness and ingenuity. But where is the unity that was established at the foot of Mount Sinai? Where is this love of others? If there are no efforts to unite, will the terrible prophecy, which has been around since Israel's conception, come true? Let's find out in episode 10.
We can see how the people of Israel, destined for a spiritual breakthrough, have forgotten about their destiny. We just want to live like everyone else. But we're disputed among ourselves, divided into camps, different opinions, denominations, immersed up to our necks in mutual hatred. And this is why there's a storm coming our way. In Christian tradition, this final battle is called the War of Armageddon. Armageddon comes from the Hebrew word Har Megiddo, which means Mount Megiddo. Mount Megiddo is the real geographic location near Jezreel Valley. Gog, from the land of Magog, will also come here for the final battle.
We hope this film conveys the most important message to humanity, that the world can only continue to exist in unity, and that this geographical area, the land of Israel, is a reflection of what exists in each and every one of us. So as long as we live according to life's law of love, this unity will influence the entire world, fulfilling our key role to reveal the supreme harmony and the goodness to everyone, the source of all that exists.